Alright, what is going on, dudes? Just doing a quick video. Yeah, guys. Um, Guardians 3. Awesome movie. Maybe the best MCU movie ever made. And most of them are mediocre, a lot of them suck. Uh, but some of them are pretty special, and that one was definitely one of those. So, yeah, if you missed out on it, that's on you. Go check it out, it's a good one. And, oh yeah, the new Zelda came out, of course, and you know me, I'm like one of the biggest Zelda fanboys there is. Of course, I'm playing it. It's really good, hard to criticize, hard to point out any major negatives. Small things here and there. Some things I'll complain about. I'll get that right off the bat here. Um, when you pause the game and you're looking through the little menu icons, they're visible, but it's really hard with that light tan color over that white background mesh. You can't really tell, like, I don't know. I don't like it. I think they should, I think the menus in the first game were kind of better in that regard. But, you know, getting used to the game, and they can always update things and make it better that way. But whatever, not a big complaint. God damn, I don't have anything negative to say about this game, really. It's pretty fucking good. But it is strange. It's a kind of game where it brings up the argument of how do you even criticize such a thing? On one hand, it's kind of an expansion of the last game rather than a full-fledged sequel with its own new engine, and it's not on a next-gen console. You know what I mean? It's kind of the same thing. But they added so much to it, and they did a lot of creativity with the powers, the magical stuff, the grab ability, the recall time ability, and all that stuff. It's gotten pretty interesting. So there's a lot of fun to be had, a lot of replay value, a lot of, like, it's pretty impressive, actually. But yeah, I wanted to talk about it because, like, you know, there's Doom 1 and then there's Doom 2, right? Kind of the same game, kind of not really, right? Then there's Halo 3 and Halo 3 ODST. Kind of the same game, right? But not really. Then there's Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Kind of the same game, but not really. GoldenEye 64 and Perfect Dark 64. Kind of the same game, but not really. You know what I mean? You see where I'm going with this? Tiberian Sun, Red Alert 2. Kind of the same game, but not really. Um, this happens a lot. And whenever it's just a game that kicks ass in general, then it's going to kick ass no matter what. You know what I mean? Another version of that thing you already really like, okay, probably going to be pretty badass. And yeah. But, you know, everyone's different. Everybody has opinions. And, yeah, it's kind of hard to critique shit. I get that. But I think you should check the game out anyway. I think it's decent enough. My game of the year so far. Although, to be fair, this year's been dog shit for gaming, as most years have been lately. I mean, we live in a gaming world now that's really, really corporate. Really seriously trying to cram down your throat a corporate business model. Microtransactions, unfinished bullshit, game launches, lies in advertising, treating the developers like shit, you know? Like, oh, God. Things are overpriced, you know? You gotta pay for every little fucking thing. Swear to God. So gaming does suck in a lot of ways, but there's still some decent things about it, thankfully. So yeah, check out Breath of the Wild 2. That's what I call it. I I can't call it Tears of the Kingdom. It's not, that name's not sticking for me, and I don't really care for it very much. Um, but you know, Breath of the Wild, I don't know. That one for some reason sticks, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, check this out, guys. I got a fucking sick controller here, right? I'm gonna be turning it into a Nintendo look-alike controller, so check that shit. Hells yeah. Try to picture that. I'm gonna gut it later. It's a pain in the ass to do, but I'll do it, and it'll be badass, and it'll go nicely with my SNES. SNES and regular NES. those are my two like favorite old school Nintendo consoles, honestly. N64 has like my favorite game of all time, Ocarina of Time, basically, but that's the one game, you know. This is where it's at. You got some crazy old school shit here. But, you know, N64 is cool and all, but these were definitely my consoles back in the day. God, I'm old. Um, but yeah, this thing, yeah, I thought it was funny because I had the Design Labs custom make me this, and I couldn't think of a color for the faceplate because I don't care. I'm gonna put this faceplate on there, so I didn't care what this looked like. But they make the what do you call it? The X in the middle of the controller, whatever base color this is. So I was like, oh, okay, I want wine red. So I got it in a few days ago. It looks sick. I tested it. Works great. Everything's fine with this one. Unlike this one, fucking assholes at the Design Lab, you bitches. These fucking assholes, the A button and the Y button, sometimes you gotta press like extra hard to get them to work. Now there's a fix for this. You take tent tape and you line the insides of the faceplate. You got to take it off. Unfortunately, it's kind of a thing. But yeah, you do that, and yeah, it makes the buttons straighter, so they go down more firmly and more accurately, and that usually fixes the problem. And then also, I had stick drift on this fucking analog, dude. You fucking kidding me? That shit pissed me off. I was playing the new Zelda, right? Looking around at stuff, and I noticed, the camera just kept going to the side, just on its own, being stupid. Yeah, so I was like, fuck you. And so I was pissed off, and I was like, God damn it. What am I going to do? And I went troubleshooting for videos on how to fix Series 2 Elite analog stick drift issues. And I've done this before, so haven't had much luck. But I came across a video that actually did solve my fucking problem. I couldn't believe it. Yeah. If you take the faceplate off, there's a sensor on the top of the analog, and there's a sensor on the side of the analog, right? I forget which one does which, but one sensor does ups and downs, and the other sensor does lefts and rights. You can plug your controller into the Xbox accessories app on your PC or your phone or whatever, and then you can go to a menu where it shows you how bad the drift is, and you can kind of detect whether it's side to side or up or down. You'll know, right? Because of course you'll know you have a fucking problem in a certain direction. You're gonna know which direction your drift is a problem in. So based on that, if it's side to side or up or down, you're gonna have to fuck with the sensor that is tied to it. So in my case, I kept looking, in this direction. So I fucked with the side-to-side sensor. What you do is you take the faceplate off, and you don't even have to remove the analog stick necessarily. You just pull it to the side, and then you get like some kind of prying tool. I recommend something like this. This is a all-plastic prying tool. It's kind of thin on the edge. You stick that in there, and on this end, it's like pointy. I think I use this end, yeah. So I peeled the analog stick back, I stuck it in there, and then you can pop the fucking sensor off, dude. Pops right off. Pop the little sensor off on the side of the analog stick metal thingy underneath, a little square part that, gets soldered to the circuit board and all that. You can pop that little sensor off, pop him off. Don't be too aggressive, just pop him off. And then put him back, but gently put it back. What this is doing is a lot of the time during the manufacturing process, they don't give a fuck. They slap these things together all the time. So a lot of the time they're a little too forceful, and they jam the sensor a little too firmly onto the side of the fucking analog stick, and it can't get sensed by the sensor as accurately as it could. You loosening it and putting it back in kind of a loose spot kind of lets the sensor detect it a little bit better somehow. I don't know how it fucking works, but that's what they said, and I tried it, and it fucking worked, and I don't have stick drift anymore, thankfully. So that's a way to deal with that. And, but yeah, anyway, about this controller, this one seems to be working perfectly. But yeah, I'm going to remove the faceplate and put this bad boy on it. But I was just going to say that I noticed that it looks like Little Nas X's fucking shoe. So, pretty badass. I like it. But anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing with these. So, Yeah. Anyway, after I ran into my fucking problem with this goddamn controller, um, I decided to, what do you call it? Remember that wireless adapter I got from Brook that lets you play Switch games wirelessly? I played through all of Super Mario Odyssey like that. It was great. I had a blast. And I decided to bust that motherfucker out again to use it with this controller to play Breath of the Wild 2 with it, right? And guess what? It wasn't working immediately. It kept having connection issues. It used to kind of have connection issues sometimes, which was frustrating, but it didn't always. But it started to get worse and worse, and I don't know what the fuck the problem is. Is it Nintendo's new updates making it less and less compatible? Is it Bluetooth technology getting interrupted? I don't know. They said it could be anything, but all I know is a lot of people who ended up buying this fucking product ended up leaving half and half reviews. For a lot of people, it worked great. For a lot of people, it didn't. And a lot of the time, that means they got the product, tested it out for a few weeks. It worked great then. They left their positive review, and then over time, the product started becoming defective and useless. Because now, whenever I try to use it, the fucking thing disconnects like all the time. It's such a useless piece of shit now. So it doesn't work. It doesn't fucking work. And that sucks. So, I was trying to find a solution. I was troubleshooting. I was doing all this shit. I spent hours. I was pissed off. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? The new Zelda just came out, and my plan to play it with the controller like this is shot? Fuck. Okay. So I ended up getting the Nintendo Switch, what do you call it? Brook adapter, the NS, right? Here I am being stupid buying another fucking product from these assholes who hooked me up with a $50 wireless piece of shit. So yeah, I felt stupid, but I got the wired adapter because I heard these actually work. And yeah, stupid ass me did not take into consideration the gyro function. Yes, Breath of the Wild has gyro motion controls for its aiming and a few puzzles to solve, and you kind of need the gyro to be working decently to enjoy the game fully. And this works. This product works great. You plug it into your Switch, and or if you got your Switch portable, you get like a little cable that turns it into USB-C. But yeah, this thing works good, and but it doesn't have gyro, dude. No gyro. And I found that out the hard way like a dumbass. So, no gyro. I was like, fuck. I'm screwed. Are you fucking kidding me? So, I was feeling really stupid. And I didn't want to have to play with a Pro controller, a Nintendo Switch Pro controller, because I'm addicted to back paddles. I'm sorry, man. I'm a fancy asshole elitist gamer who must have the fancy shit, okay? So, I was bummed out. And I didn't want to use a regular Switch Pro controller. I would if I had to, sure, but that would have pissed me the fuck off. So I was sitting there all pissed off and I didn't know what to do. And then I had a genius moment. The old Scuff Vantage Pro Controller 2 model for the PS4. I got this thing like 2 or 3 years ago. Cool enough controller, but once I started getting into these, overall these are better, so by a little bit, not by much. They all sort of do the same shit, but the back paddles on the Series 2 Elite, I'd argue, are a little handier. I feel more confident pushing these paddles than I do on this. Unfortunately, this model, the back paddle, 2 of them on either side feel great, but the other 2 are kind of harder to press, unfortunately. So that's what does kind of suck about this. But it's not a very big deal as long as I can sprint and pick up shit, which is what I put the paddles on, and it works great. I hooked this motherfucker up. I didn't think I'd ever use it again for like two years basically, but here I am using it again, and yeah, as you can see, like fucking, shit works, dude. Oh, sorry, you can't even see the screen, it's too bright. Damn. Breath of the Wild is too bright of a game, dude. Yeah. But as you can see, it's working. So, yeah, guys, pretty impressive. I'm very happy with the way that turned out, and I'm enjoying the game a lot with this controller. So, I think I think I'm like the only human on the fucking planet who's using a Nintendo Switch Brook adapter USB stick to play Nintendo Switch with a Scuff Vantage PS4 Pro controller. Yeah. And these things weren't very popular, and they don't make them anymore, and nobody seems to need them for anything anymore. So people are selling them for pretty cheap, less than $100, and this is a like $200 fucking controller. So yeah, I think I'm gonna buy a few more. um, Not bad. Cause yeah, I didn't realize that these things work fucking great for a Nintendo Switch. You want your gyro? You want offset analog sticks? You want back paddles, dude? Fuck yeah, dude. It's all there. Oh, and you can control the it's very easy. You can do it on the fly. Unlike the Series 2 Elite, which kind of sucks, you have to what do you call it? Hook it up to the computer to change all the controller layout settings. So that's kind of annoying. You're constantly having to do that. But with this, if you want to change your controls, you just slide this motherfucker to the side. This little switch right there. There we go. Now it's in activation mode. That mode, I switched it back. But when you pull it to the right here, it's in a mode that allows you to assign it to the paddles. So like hold down this paddle and then hold down this just for like 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Then let go, and now it's stuck. And then just switch this little switch back to where it was. And yeah, there you go. It's very easy to do, and you can, I think you can map every button, I think. Just about, I'm not sure. All the ones that matter, really. So yeah, it works really good. And they even have these side buttons, but I felt that you could accidentally push them a little too easily. So I just removed them, and you never accidentally push it in. Although you can kind of take your thumbnail and like jab it real hard and make it a button. So you can do that if you want. A hard to hit emergency button for certain things, I don't know. But yeah, it's fun. Fun stuff. So that's my journey on finding a fucking decent controller for this goddamn game. Because, yeah, I played Breath of the Wild originally, the first game. I played it with just the Wii U gamepad. I had the Wii U version. So I never played it with a Pro controller. But ever since I played that game, I've been getting into Pro controllers, and now I'm addicted to them, and I can't fucking play a game without back paddles. Unless it's a basic bitch game, like a side-scroller, a fighting game or something, whatever. But if it's an open-world game where you do a lot of shit, I want back paddles, bitch. I gotta have them. I gotta be like, in these kind of games, you're expected to just sort of chill and take it all in and run around forever, looking at this, picking up that, whatever. You know, that's what you do in these big open world games. So it's nice to be as comfortable as possible. And these controllers like these with the back paddles, give you that. They grant you that, you know. So yeah, guys, good shit. I got to get going. I got to get dinner, and my buddies are coming over. We're gonna play games, and yeah, just have a good time. Got to relax. Busy as fuck with work, and yeah, fuck work. It's time to play games and get wasted. Yeah, so have a good one, guys. Take care of yourselves, and yeah, Tucky Tuckerson, he's still dead, so that's good. See you later, guys.